And so I began to find out then by listening the difference between repetition and insistence. And it is a very important thing to know. You listen as you know. I think you also know as you listen. That's recursion, I think. When I first really realized the inevitable repetition in human expression that was not repetition, but insistence, when I first began to be really conscious of it was when at about 17 years of age, I left the more or less internal and solitary and concentrated life I had led in California and came to Baltimore and lived with a lot of my relations, and principally with a whole group of very lively little aunts who had to know anything. If they had to know anything, and anybody does, they naturally had to say and hear it often. Anybody does. And as there were 10 and 11 of them, they did have to say and hear said whatever was said, and anyone not hearing what it was they said had to come in to hear what had been said. That inevitably made everything said often. I began then to consciously listen to what anybody was saying and what they did say when they were saying what they were saying. This was not yet the beginning of writing, but it was the beginning of knowing what there was that made there be no repetition. No matter how often what had happened, any time anyone told anything, there was no repetition. This is what William James calls the will to live. If not, nobody would live.